suspects.
Yeah. It's for more so.
I just turned it off.
What's up, YouTube? We getting ready.
Now, if you want to, you can connect on my hotspot if you want.
Behind the scenes.
I just have to plug my phone up and make sure that it stays.
Before the show start, I'm eating. We got donuts. He was gracious enough to bless us with donuts this morning. But wait a minute. He done dipped in them. I can't say too much because I didn't
dip in them. No, I think that's the quantity that I get. Like I don't get like a half a dozen. I don't get a whole dozen.
Because I was trying to make up for last week when I dipped in the cookies, so I dipped in the cookies hard. So I was feeling a little better by myself than apparently.
Okay, we should be live on Facebook. If anybody wants to say hello to verify.
So our Facebook, YouTube, follow us.
Okay.
I gotta pull this out.
Okay. What time is it? Oh, I can look and see.
It is 9:57.
Is our mic checks all right?
You know what?
I know we're only using three.
Mic checker. Mic checker 1 2 1 2.
What happens is I was looking at listening to the rebroadcast.
It's still setting up, y'all.
And
Just making sure we
Mic
got
check.
live feed.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I made cookie bars because I was lazy.
Are these your glasses, please?
Yeah, probably. Before we get started, I'm just gonna let everybody know I done lost my heels this morning.
She ran up out them shoes. That's what it was. She had a man chasing her, and she wasn't really fitting him, and she ran up out them shoes. Let's just be real.
you know what?
You know what? I probably needed to. That dude.
I gotta tell y'all something.
I can't talk about the
When we had the mics around our necks,
Uh-huh.
our voices go in and out. Like,
Oh, really?
They do. For it sound
Oh,
bad as
okay.
hell. They do. And I was like, I don't want to put it on my head. Did y'all Lysol them all the way around?
I thought you did. You said you were cleaning everything.
Well, you said go over everything with the dry wipe. That's what I did. The Lysol. Hold on. You know.
Lord, help me.
At this point,
Yeah, right? I'm like, I've already got it on my head.
Yeah, I'm going home taking a shower anyway, so I gotta take another shower. Cause I gotta go get ready for the Gremlin TV game today.
Oh, we're not even using this one.
So you go ahead and you spray yours. We're already
It's good.
contaminated.
So,
Got one? You sure?
good. Appreciate
Thank you, Lysol. We appreciate it.
It is Lysol season.
Mm-hmm. Well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm so
I
disrespectful.
can see.
You can see? Oh, we on Facebook Live?
Oh no, I'm saying I put my
I got
glasses on.
excited
I
like a
can
mother.
see.
Yeah. Well, we on YouTube Live. YouTube peoples, how you doing? Fabulous. We're gonna get the show started here in just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I had a random thought that hit me this morning that I'm gonna share.
Okay.
I just posted it on Facebook, but I hadn't shared this one yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna cover the credit scams and bank scams too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then too, I want to talk about it a little bit too, because I know a little bit of it on the banking side.
Oh, I like that angle.
Excuse me.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Q. Hey, y'all, it's Sunshine.
Don't burn me today, Miss Sunshine. You hear me?
Try not to.
Shit, I said don't burn me. I got water over here. Oh, I'm gonna get you today. Oh, it's on. Yeah,
I ain't afraid of water.
Thank God.
Yeah.
If you sprayed the water, we'd have a problem. Thank you.
Mash the gas.
You can crank that up if you want to. That's my song. I don't care what nobody say. I love that song. I was listening to YouTube at work, and Juicy Fruit popped up. I said, oh yeah.
Yes, and I'm an 8-balling MJG fanatic. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I know, bro.
8-ball MJG and UGK.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, there we are.
Yeah. I'm so excited, for real.
Okay, so now I just need to.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? We hope all is well. I'm just reading.
The sweetest honey too. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
What's up?
Oh, just using this old school phone. I have to remember how to use it.
Oh my God, last night at work was horrible. I really ain't gonna get into it on the show, really, but I'm on the air. But long story short, I had to break up a fight at work last night.
Wow.
Oh, got 1 minute left. Oh, that's what your post was about. Okay.
Yeah, bro, let me tell you something. I don't break up fights. And I told both of them, bro. One of y'all hit me. Both y'all asses not mean that shit. You think I'm bullshit too. I was not playing. I'm slip both y'all throats. But see, my thing is though, you don't play with a Latina. When you know, Latinas, they'll snap, and this dude been messing with her all the time. Miss Sean never give us our countdown. We just supposed to read signs. Miss Sean, sometimes we need a countdown. We get up sometimes.
She looked like she wanted to cut me the last time I asked her for a countdown. All right.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to National Gas Talk Radio. This is your boy Q, and I'm here with the MTG crew. First of all, good morning to my crew. Miss Sunshine, how you doing this morning?
I am here.
You're here
I
this
am
morning?
present.
You look good.
Well,
Yes.
Thank you.
She look real good.
Yeah.
Minus my shoes.
I mean, me and Hendrix, we came all dressed down. You came and, you was trying to show. I mean, it's cloudy outside. We trying to chill, and you just all
If I would have
beautiful.
known it was pajama day.
My boy Hendrix.
But then
is with
again,
me.
that homeless dude, that would have been a whole nother story.
Wow. My boy Hendrix is with me as well.
Hey, what's up, people? What's up?
Now listen, we got a fire-ass show for you this morning. Now listen, I know this is not in the show real quick, and I know that we're going to talk about midterm elections, but I got to mash your gas real quick, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to do this. I just want to mash the gas on people who always become the victim after they attack people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For example, situation that I just recently ran across. I ain't gonna call no names, but homeboy, was messing with, somebody else's chick we knew at the K. Okay, long band shit. So long story short, what happened was that this one person who you was messing with been married like 10 years. So both of y'all in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then when 10 years get caught up and you and your husband find out what you've been doing with these two people, you get mad at them you know, because of what he found out, and they had nothing even to do with it. But then you the victim, and then everybody is supposed to be like, oh, you know, it's gonna be okay. Then you get on Facebook talking about, I know God is gonna make a way, and now you pregnant and don't know who the daddy is.
You got 3 different possibilities.
Right.
But
That's
you the
that's
victim.
some typical, but you the victim though because you pregnant. And first of all, you know, didn't nobody tell you be out there raw dogging no damn way, bro. What is wrong with you?
So you raw dogging 3, not 1, not 2,
3.
but
3
different dudes.
And
So
you
your
know-
baby is like a spades hand, basically.
Oh.
That is horrible.
So-
oh my
so-
God, that is so horrible.
So I got 3 possibles. I'm just saying.
You know, and that's my thing, bro. I'm like, okay, like, how you gonna be the victim? I know the Lord will make a way for me and my family. I mean, man, bro, shit.
Yeah.
Be quiet, bro. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying not to cuss today all the way. I mean, you know, I'm
Yeah.
trying to refrain from a few words. But it just depends.
Just a few words, huh?
Just a couple of them, you know.
Yeah.
But my thing is, don't be getting mad at people because they ain't supposed to be putting up with your BS. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Don't do that. That just. But
So-
you the victim though.
Yeah.
And you been doing this shit since you was at the K, and you done had 2 abortions.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you who it is, though, bro. But I'll tell you
Off
I'm
the air.
gonna
Yeah.
tell you who it is because you're gonna be like, typical. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you're gonna do, and you
Yeah.
probably already have an idea who it was.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, you know, get your shit together, nigga. You 40, 39, 40 years old. You know, we all come out of the same class. What is your problem?
Mhm.
I
And you
mean-
know what? You don't have any excuses because we have classmates that were, in a single parent home
Right.
that are now, great mothers and fathers, married,
Right.
doing their thing, got careers and all this. Like, you have no excuse. And they're being great parents. No, when they say it runs in the family, make it stop with you. You
Right.
gotta end those generational curses.
And you know, and my thing is like, but you want everybody to believe that you got your shit together, though. You know, that's why, when people post their life and stuff on Facebook, it's cool, to say, okay, I'm indulging a little bit, okay, that's cool, you having a good time, cool.
Right.
But then, something is wrong when somebody is like, overdoing it.
Yeah.
Trying to make a point like, oh, this is what I got, this is what I can do. Okay, wonderful. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
I choose to be a little bit more private with my life with certain
Right.
things. But my thing is like you're supposed to have it all together, and so now everybody know what you've been doing.
Mhm.
From the beginning, because none of y'all stopped doing what y'all was doing since we was freshmen in high school. Just because you got married don't mean that you stopped doing what we.
Marriage means nothing. Marriage does not equal
Not
equal
to everyone.
maturity.
Yeah, I'm just
No,
like,
I'm just
bro,
saying,
it's just horrible,
In general,
man. I'm just-
marriage does not equal maturity.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Marriage does
Absolutely.
not equal monogamy.
Yes, that's where I was
That's
going.
true.
And when you are out there, and I have to express this to my kids, when you are out there in the world having sex, you have to think about your partners. Okay, if you have more than one partner, who's to say that your partner or partners doesn't have more than one partner?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right,
then you
right,
multiply
right,
that, and that's
right.
how many people you sleeping with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody sees a doctor.
Mm.
Right.
Not everybody gets tested for STDs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And now, we've come into an era where, these STDs, like every other look, I can't talk. Virus and bacteria, they're becoming
They're
medication resistant, vaccine resistant.
yeah, they're mutating and
right, they're
becoming
mutating.
resistant to treatment.
And then what?
Right.
What you gonna do? Most people, they're worried about herpes, they're worried about HIV. Gonorrhea. What are you gonna do when you can't get rid of that shit?
My thing is just grow the fuck up.
Yes.
Grow grow up, for God's sake. Because I didn't know nothing about it. Well, I knew something about it because, I was a drum major. So I know certain things, but I choose not to know y'all business. But then don't be Facebooking me, but like, bro, man, I heard you's a life coach, man. I heard that you can. Man, I don't want to hear your goddamn business like that, bro. I don't give a damn.
Oh,
I mean,
goodness.
I'm not that insensitive.
Did you say pay me?
Come
lay on my couch and then we'll talk.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. One thing that I have learned, and we're gonna move on because that's a soapbox for me.
Right.
But one thing is that I've learned that people, especially being a preacher, sometimes that people that are closest to you will not ever take heed to the advice and things that you may give them from a higher perspective. Because what happens is that you're close to them, and then sometimes when you're close to people, they know your shit. They know your dirt. That's why so many, like, for example, like if certain pastors do certain things, their wives don't be surprised because she know what kind of dude she laying up with. You see what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, sometimes, I know y'all, we've been knowing each other for 20-something years, but I don't care to know what's going on with your life. You didn't invite me to your wedding. You didn't, I'm not the godfather of one of your children, but we supposed to be good friends and that kind of deal, or whatever the case is. Not that meant anything.
Right.
I'm just saying, stop, grow up, Next thing, y'all got anything y'all want to match gas on before we move on?
Stupid people. I'm just gonna keep it general. Stupid people. I'm just sorry. I'm just like how okay. This is a recent incident that happened. I'm not gonna say where.
I'm trying to find us.
But how do you get fired from your job for drinking on the job, and then you go on your lunch break and have a car wreck, and you get hit with a DWI?
Damn.
Like you pull out the parking lot from work.
What the hell ladder did they walk under with a black cat crossing the street?
You get in a car accident, you pull off company property, you make a right turn, and then the next light you in a car accident. So that means that in less than 5 minutes from you leaving on your lunch break, you in a car wreck, and then you get hit with a DWI. Go back and view the footage. See, you have a big vodka bottle that you, not only you drinking, but you decide to throw it in the company dumpster.
Well,
wow.
And knowing that there are cameras everywhere. But you decide to take your vodka bottle. And I'm talking about, the big bottle. The ones you make trash can punch with.
Wow.
Yes.
Them.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You decide that it's okay to put that in the company dumpster instead of just leaving it in your car.
Yeah, but you know what? The parking lot at my job.
It goes down.
It looks like a
Yeah. Well, I've heard people getting terminated for having sex in the parking lot, especially on second and third shift.
Please, do you know how many people at my job have sex in the parking lot?
Well, I guess
in the parking garage.
Well, see, yeah, you work for the airlines. So. Oh yeah, that gets it in.
Did you just say that out loud?
Well, he wasn't in particular.
I didn't, make reference to which one. I just said, I mean, I used to work for the airlines. They nasty people. Mm-hmm. Let's move on real quick because we kind of got off subject a little bit. Let's go ahead and move on a little bit. So let's talk about the midterm elections coming up. Again, registration must be in the mail, post dated by October the 9th. Right. Okay.
October 9th.
Make sure you get your registration taken care of.
And again, I don't see no point in look. You got even Facebook and Google,
right,
are helping you register to vote.
Right.
Even they see how important it is. So people, look here. If you pick up your phone and you just go to Google.com,
boom,
right there.
Right there. You don't have you don't even have to search Google no more. All you gotta do is click the little icon. It takes you where you need to do where you need to go to register to vote. However, even Facebook has it to where you can go through Facebook and register to vote.
Right.
So yeah, you don't have no excuse. Now, I'm in full agreement that we need to get the wheelchair up out of the governor's mansion.
Oh.
So I'm in full agreement with you there.
I'm on bail mode.
However, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. But if you do look at what's been happening and those that are in charge. And if you're okay with that, which I can't imagine you would be, you might want to change some things. And if you fail to vote, keep your mouth shut.
Right.
I have to say
Right.
too, and I have to turn it off because it's not easy for me to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the only ones that are spewing negative campaigns
Mm-hmm. Are the ones
are
that's the ones with the
that
dirt.
are holding office right
Mhm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
The big R's.
Mm-hmm.
And then and it's, you know, for thing is that, you know, I think somebody on Facebook said that's called reaping what you're sowing.
Mhm.
Even though I was talking about another situation, people are starting to reap what they sow.
Mhm.
You know, and so, you know, when you sow discord, you get back discord. No, but sometimes it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it takes,
Right.
you know, for that to happen. And so a lot of this stuff is coming out about these Republicans and
Mhm.
stuff like that. You know, we'll get into it a little bit later on when we talk about white privilege.
Right.
You know, we're gonna be talking about, you know, how things are starting to come out on different people, you know, that you would never expect.
Right.
You know, and then too, you know, I got something to say about Bill Cosby. Y'all gonna be like, you's a fool. But then I'm just, you know, the thing is that, you know, people just getting what they've been putting out for
Right.
the longest, you know. And America, well, I wouldn't say America as a whole, but some of America, I would say that, you know, even because some black people have an idea that Donald Trump is going to be a good president. Well, I mean, you know, Bill.
I got one word for anybody any black person that supports Donald Trump. Central Part 5. I have nothing else to say.
Central Part 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Part 5.
Anybody that supports Donald Trump,
Yeah.
Central Part 5. That should be enough right there. And then, if you want more, look at the way his housing practices went in New York.
Right. You know, we got a question. Our viewer, Anthony Brown. What's up, Anthony? He says, how do you get people excited about going to the polls? That's a good question.
Look here.
That's a good question.
Look.
That's a really good question.
You should be passionate regardless. You know, if you don't vote, you don't have a voice.
Mhm.
I don't want to hear you complain. I don't want to hear you, you know, say, I told you so. I don't want to hear shit from you. If you're not voting, I don't want to hear you.
Right. And here's the other thing. You talk about being passionate about getting out to vote. The only driver that should make you passionate, especially of anybody of African descent, we had multitudes of people die. That's your motivation. We had people thrown in jail for no reason other than the fact that they wanted to vote. We had a time in America where we were considered 3/5 of a person. That's your motivation.
Yeah.
That's your motivation. Our history in this country is your motivation to vote. Now, if you do not understand or you do not know and you do not acknowledge your history, guess what? You're doomed to repeat it. And sometimes the sins of the father are bestowed on the child. And if you don't want that, that's your motivation.
Right.
Yeah. And to add to that, I will say, you know, look at your children's future.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at your grandchildren's future.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of America that you would want your child to grow up in, your grandchildren to grow up in, our future children to grow up in. You know, that's what you would want, because the thing is that, we were talking about this, Hendrix. We talked about how, you know, like, for example, I'm gonna talk about Mo in a second. Yeah, and I forgot Mo at home sick. But anyway, you know, she ain't ready. You know, like Mo's generation and my mother's generation taught us that we needed to learn how to get things done for ourselves, be more independent, you know, and get to a place where, you know, that they could create a different America for us.
Correct.
Okay? And so now that we have kind of wholeheartedly embraced it somewhat in our generation, or it's kind of coming around that way, you know, what happens is that now it's looked at as, oh, you know, you guys are, you know, too vocal. you guys are, some things are too sensitive. No, people, it's not too sensitive. What you're doing is when you're going and you are voting, you are saying to your children and your grandchildren, listen, this is the kind of America that I want you to be a part of.
Right.
I don't want you to be in an America that, just because you decide to move to the suburbs, when the police pass your house, they're not going to be looking at you as a criminal, thinking that you don't belong over there.
Right.
Or you could be in a grocery store and someone looks at you and say, can I touch my hair? What are you? You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
That should motivate you to vote.
Right.
That's kind of my thing with that one. And so since we talking
And
about
we got
this,
all
bro,
the damn squeaky chairs today.
I know.
Every damn one of the chairs squeaky.
I'm trying.
Mm.
It got better once I moved it down.
You see, I'm gonna have to
Bring some
we
WD-40.
Yeah, we're gonna get some WD-40. Listen,
Crisco, something.
okay, so bro, you got a random thought for us today?
Yeah, this
What you
this
got?
random thought, it hit me this morning, and I just recently posted it on Facebook. But don't get your purpose and your passion confused.
That's good, bro.
Do
That's
not
real
let
good.
your purpose and your passion become confused, because when you do, you will have many sleepless nights. And one of the things that I recognize is, I've always had this goal in my head that, I wanted to retire and, retire early, become a teacher, and then that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
However, that goal was only put in place like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm coming up on the time to retire, it's been getting scary because it's been getting real. However, making the little steps that I need to go forward and put things in place been fairly easy because it was always the plan.
Right.
However, I started looking back and was like, well, how did I come to this? And kind of just reviewing where I was. And I had a lot of sleepless nights because in my career, I'm very good at what I do.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about it. I know regulations backwards and forwards. I can cite them when people looking at me like, you look at FDA regulations, you're looking at a 400-page binder. You're looking at USDA, you're looking at another 6. You have different auditing systems. They're 700 to 800 pages long. And I can go through them and just recite them. And everybody's looking like, well, but that's not my purpose in life. It is my passion, but it's not my purpose. And what I found out was, as this recent week, taking time to actually teach those that are on my team, because I don't consider them working for me, reporting to me. No, they're on my team. We're a team. We work together, my department.
Right.
Sitting down and educating them on regulations and rules and how to do things. I felt like this week was the most productive week I've had in a long time. And it was because my purpose was being able to come forward. And I know my purpose is teaching. My passion may be science and quality and, that type of thing. But my purpose is to teach.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That'll work, bro. I like that. And then, to add to that, if you don't mind, sometimes, when you have a purpose, everybody should have a purpose. Let me say that. Passion, can drive you, but don't let passion drive you to the place where you forget about what the purpose is really for.
Correct.
And so, I have to tell myself that all the time, don't push so hard so much anymore. Not don't push hard, but, just don't try to get past things that are not obtainable. Take your time, take it a day at a time,
Right.
So I'm learning that, as I get older. That's crazy. Like I'm getting, older, I get, I'm starting to kind of really actually grow up a little bit. That is the weirdest thing, bro. I'm not saying I'm immature or nothing.
Right,
But, it's like,
but you
I'm
start
learning
looking
these
at the
lessons.
world differently. You start approaching things differently. And then
I don't think growth ever stops, though.
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
The
Learning
moment.
never stops.
Here's
Right.
the thing about growth. The moment you stop growing in any aspect, you start to die.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's true.
Think about that. The moment you stop growing, is the moment you start to die. I'm
Yeah.
not ready to die yet. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
that's
growing
right.
and keep growing. Keep growing and keep learning. Now I gotta get
What's
rid of
going-
this gut. I don't want to grow there no
bro.
more. But
Tell you, bro, beast mode.
Yes.
time, bro. It's beast mode.
yeah,
time.
so I
Yeah.
gotta get sexy for February. So I got plan on being on a beach in St. Lucia somewhere.
That'll work,
so
bro. That'll work.
yeah, I gotta get my sexy on. Well, sexier on, cause I'm already sexy.
Right. So I tell you what, bro. Since Mo is not here to give her money tip, how about we just take a moment and talk shit about Mo?
That works for me.
Works for you?
Yep.
So everybody, ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see, Mo Swag is not here this morning. And so Mo Swag, by her not being here this morning, you know, now mind you, I've been trying to get in contact with this woman all week long, you know, and so I'm kind of cool with the fact that she's working and stuff, but then, you know, at the same time, if you know that I'm trying to contact you, you know, you call me or whatever. So, she just on Facebook, everybody, you know, and thank you so much, Mo, you know, for posting on Facebook, but she just posting. I mean, every 5 fucking minutes she posting something. I'm like, you down at work or something? What you got going on? She just posting. And then I get a call at 8:05. And I said, hello? What? What did you say? Hey. Oh, hey. Can't make me sound come. I said, Mo, just don't come. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Just don't come. You know, because whatever you got, I don't want. And Lysol is not going to work. You know, and so she said, he's nasty kids. I said, I know they nasty. I said, but you going to take you some vitamins or something because you always sick. You know, and so shout out to Mo Swag with her raggedy ass.
Mo, you know we wouldn't do it if we didn't love you.
Absolutely. She raggedy as hell, though,
Yeah.
but I love her.
That's
Yeah.
and you know what I find that interesting about the dynamic of family relationships.
Yeah.
Like the ones you pick on the most, the ones you really fight with the most, those are the ones that you really love.
Right.
Because
right,
I have a
right.
cousin, we're, you know, actually I have several cousins. There's like 4 of us. We were all born in the same year.
Right.
When I tell you between us 4, the most shit talkingest, used to fight when we were growing up. Not real fight, but like wrestling stuff. But when I tell you I would ride or die with him, I would ride or die with him. Even though one of them, he's a supposed Cowboy fan, Mr. Armstrong, who just got his, he says he's a Cowboys fan. However, he spent more time in Louisiana growing up than I did.
Wow.
Number 2, he says he's a Cowboys fan. However, you 40 years old and you just got your first Cowboys jersey last year. You first got your first Cowboys hat 2 years ago because I bought it for your birthday. But you a Cowboys fan.
Oh.
And again, this is just indicative of a lot of Cowboys. Not all Cowboys fans. However, not all. But the ones that talk shit and get most of the shit when Cowboys fans get attacked, them few that sprinkled in between y'all, them the ones y'all need to control. Because they're the source of all the ridicule y'all get when the Cowboys fuck up.
And speaking about the Dallas Cowboys, real quick, what's the date again? We can go ahead and tell it.
Oh yeah. So November 29th.
November
This
29th.
This is the Thursday after Thanksgiving. The Cowboys will be playing my Saints, and we will be tailgating with Master Gas.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna be out in the streets tailgating. Now the game does start at 7:20 p.m. So, yes. So if you want to come out before that and come out and kick it, but you know it's 7:20 on a Thursday. However, this is the week after Thanksgiving, which a lot of people will be off and taking half days and going shopping and all that stuff. And a lot of people plan on coming to the game. So, if you just so happen to be in the Arlington area and want to swing by, you should swing by and holler at us.
Yeah, holler at us.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you this, though. After we get through, what I tell y'all, I'm going home.
Yeah, you going home.
Yeah,
Q said he going home.
I'm going home. I don't give a shit
I'm
about
going
them
back
Dallas.
to bed.
I don't give a shit about them Dallas Cowboys. I ain't even lying. Yeah, I'm ready for basketball season, bro. I'm trying to get Knicks tickets, bro. Serious. Yeah, I'm trying to wait. The Mavericks just play the Knicks. I think that's the game open. I'm trying to go see the Knicks, bro. Yeah, so yeah, that'll work. Now, what time is it? I think it's time for break.
Yeah,
it's
time.
we right on time.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, we got a couple of little songs. Now check this out, everybody. Now, if you want to join the conversation, 214-717-4827. Join us on Facebook Live. Also on the After Party Radio. We are on Facebook Live there as well. Instagram and all that other good stuff. Listen, we're gonna play a couple of songs for you. None of these songs, of course, we have any of the rights to. About My Issue by T.I., Victoria Monet, Nipsey Hussle. And then we're going to bring you a little bit old school of No One's Gonna Love You by the SOS Band.
Ooh, that's a nice combination
jam,
right there.
bro.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll be right back.
Most people probably haven't heard this song before.
I mean, I was listening to that song. I was like, no, I ain't never heard this one, but I like it.
Yeah. See, I like stuff that's not always on the radio. Where the album will drop, but when I listen to a CD, I like really, really listen to it. So I'll have to hear the CD probably like everybody asks me about what I think about the Carter 5. I've only listened to it once all the way through. So I don't have a perspective on the Carter 5 just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only listened to it once. I gotta listen to that whole album like 3 or 4 more times before I give you a true synopsis on it. But I will say this. He has some songs on there that sound kind of dated. It's the newer Lil Wayne. I was hoping he'd go back to his roots like he did, like, more so with like the Carter 2. Like he would be, more so like his Hot Boy. However, I understand that growth as an artist is needed. I don't like his growth.
I like it a little bit, but it is different though. It's real different for him.
Right.
It's real different for him.
However, at the same time, I look at somebody else older like Jay-Z. Jay-Z had his growth where he kind of dipped, but he's come back to Jay-Z and he's just evolved from his core. So I'm thinking this is Lil Wayne experimental phase where he's really trying to find himself as not only as an artist, but as a music mogul.
Right.
And I think he's trying to find his true voice, which I give him. So that's where I'm at on that part.
But then, and then he had such a long time off, and then when he was having an issue, with all that,
with money and stuff. Yeah.
What happened was that he couldn't put out any music, so when he was hot, it's like he just fell off.
Right.
When he was like at his peak, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, well, Lil Wayne, because I love Lil Wayne, bro. I jams Lil Wayne,
Yeah. I like Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne with the Hot Boys. I'm sorry, that was just like all them together. Manny Fresh, Baby, BG, Young Turk, Juvenile. When they was together, they was hit because one would drop an album. However, you'd hear bits and pieces from all of them.
Right.
And so, man, it was like they drove each other. But
you got some trash. Let me take out trash real quick. I'm gonna have a little. I need to bring us a little bag in here next time. Sorry, that was
I'm gonna buy my issue, baby. Super glue or heel store.
Something.
You got some flash now. What, did you just rip the other one off?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's a woman for you, because I would have been frustrated as hell. I would have kicked both shoes off and just threw them in my bag, walking around barefooted.
If my toes were painted, I would.
Man, I love them donuts, bro. They're gonna be gone in a second, bro. I eat.
But
I'm hungry.
You able to pull that off though.
Miss Sunshine broke her goddamn heel. I can't believe that.
yeah, if y'all just joining, I had to take the other heel off just so I could walk with my flats.
Miss
Make it
Sunshine
work.
broke her heel, yo.
I don't understand these whole.
Make it work.
I don't get it. Women are so versatile. Y'all have so many options. And then for y'all to say, I can't find nothing to wear. I just look, what the
Oh hell, I didn't plan on wearing these pants, but I pulled out the ones I wanted to wear. And they had a black mark streak on. I was like, you know what?
This is my song, bro. I love this
Do
song.
you not have a song?
I have a lot of songs, but see, SOS Band, you just, nobody can go wrong with that. I mean, that's my song.
I'm so tired, y'all.
You know what?
When I tell you, I was sleeping so good.
You been asleep?
And then Joe comes in. Are you gonna get up? You need to get up. You gotta do your show today.
Damn, Miss Sunshine. You and Monique. What I'm gonna do with y'all? Y'all just, boy, what we gonna do with them? It's women, huh?
I'm sorry.
It's women, Reggie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was daydreaming. I was just like thinking about me and my dad at the car wash, listening to this song. I was helping him wash the car. And like, growing up, like yeah.
I mean, straight ignore it, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just
Oh.
no, but that's what I mean. Just listening to it, like he had the music up on the all the time. We had the car wash, got the trunk pop, got the system blaring, and we washing the car down. I mean, it just took me back to that. That's it was summertime too. It just took me. This song took me back to that. Like, and then cruising around with the windows down, the T-tops. I'm sorry, I just had a flashback, dude. And it's certain songs that do that to me. Seriously though, man. But I mean, you don't have songs like that take you back like that?
Man, please, I was listening to Brandy, Ancient Disguise in the car. That song right there is a straight Prairie View A&M song.
Yeah.
And
Just like if I listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Oh.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, I always go back to walking the halls of Kimball, getting ready for a football game. Cause the class of '99, when that East '99, oh, they just got crunk on that one.
bro.
Yeah, that was I don't know, but I mean everybody loved Bone Thugs and Harmony. Oh, we got 1 minute left.
1 minute.
So for our YouTube followers and Facebook Live followers, and the people on they can't see us on After Party Radio.
No, after party
Yes,
they
I can.
can't.
Oh, right now?
No, it goes blank.
Oh, not now. Oh, no.
Oh.
Our logo's up right now on
Yeah.
the Apple Party Radio. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yo, she found it, the top of our flyer, which is cool.
Uh-huh.
It has our logo on there.
Oh,
so I'm like,
okay.
okay, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, we gotta get it on other social media now.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to figure out, because we can do it on our own live.
All right, stand by.
Stand by.
Yeah, we finna go back live.
Stand by.
Miss Sean. There we go. I got a laugh out of her. Cause she was looking so serious, like she was mad.
I'm
So
like,
Miss Sean say, I'm working, man. I'm working,
oh
bro.
my God.
she'll be smiling the rest of the day. There you go.
That was Reggie.
You
Oh,
are
my
live. Wait a minute, bro.
Hey.
I felt like I was on Hollywood Squares when the song did that. You are live.
Oh goodness! So for everybody catching us on After Party Radio, if y'all ever want to see the behind the scenes of what be going on during the commercial breaks and when we playing music, make sure to watch our YouTube, our Facebook, and that's on our Facebook page for Master Gas.
Watch
and
at your own risk.
Yes, exactly, and After Party Radio. So we have live streams coming from multiple sources, so you can get multiple angles of what's going on here. So,
Oh, Jesus.
woo, back to the show.
No.
Back to the show.
I don't know how I can recover from that mess.
Credit and bank account scams.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
now, bro, now you found a story on Facebook about a recent scam that happened, right?
Right.
So tell us about this scam.
So what's been happening is that, right around the holidays, people always have these scams where, you give me $200 and you give me $50, I'll turn it into $3,000, or hey, if you work for such and such banks, you can make this type of money, where people cash out and then they be flashing the cash.
Right.
However, and I want to bring this up right now because it's coming up on the holiday season.
Right.
And people are, they trying to make money and they trying to find different ways to get money real quick. And that's cool and fine. However, these scams, they are going to hurt you.
Right. Right.
So I'm gonna just go on here and break the mold and just tell everybody the real deal that goes on. So what happens with most of these scams is you are either given a check or somebody deposits money into your account. Now
Right.
here's the thing: if somebody ever asks you for your banking account information, that should be a red flag. Like they shouldn't have your password, your login,
Because that's
none
like
of
your
that.
social security card.
Right.
Don't give
You
it to
shouldn't be
this
giving that to
anybody.
anybody.
Right.
The other thing is that, the other way they'll get you is they will send you a check in the mail and say, hey, deposit this check in 3 days, and long as you have the you cash out and send me X amount, and then the rest of the money is yours to keep.
Right.
What they don't tell you is that is a fake check. It's a fake money order. And while you coming out, you deposit $2,000 in your account and they say, oh, just send me $500 back. That $500 is the only real money. Because what they're using is the delay in transactions in banks to actually, it's a little window there where there's really no money, but your account gets credited because it comes up to your bank as a real account. So your bank is like, okay, the money's good.
Right.
However, when it goes over to the bank for the other bank that the money order or the check originated from, they find out, oh, this isn't real. This is phony.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're on the line for that money. That
Yep.
$2,000 that they done put in your account, that $500 you done sent, you out. So when you see these scams, I don't care how good they look.
Right.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
If it was that simple, do you think it would be out there for a whole bunch of people to know?
That's true.
My
That's true.
child fell for this scam, and she fell for it so hard that she didn't get any money out of it.
Wow.
Wow.
She actually, and if you have a credit union, be forewarned. They do not deal with, a lot of times banks withhold transactions for a couple of days simply because of this reason. Credit unions do not. You deposit that money, that check, that money order, and it's available instantaneously. And these scammers know which banks they can use to go and withdraw that money immediately.
Right.
And a lot of times, to save face, if they have your account information, they will deposit it through the phone, taking pictures of the check, deposit it that way, and then immediately go to the ATM and withdraw that money. And then you are on the hook.
You on the
Wow. That's crazy, and it's another scam out there too that I've been seeing on Instagram. You've been seeing it where somebody been trying to get people to go to Western Union or MoneyGram, and say, hey, if you send me $100, I can make you $500, or I can make you $1,000 or something like that. That is one of the oldest schemes in the book. The only thing that they're doing is just adjusting to the system.
Right.
When you send that money off, the only thing that they do, they have already scammed at least 10 to 15 other people to send in the exact same amount.
Right.
And what they do is they get that money and create a check and get the information from you. And then that's how they make their money double, because they'll take the check that's been issued to them to another Western Union and they'll cash it. And now instead of you having nothing, they have already got 10 people on the hook that made $1,000 like that.
Right.
And so, you got to be careful, with these Western Union, these bank schemes, stuff like that, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
And another thing, I want to kind of tell everybody about too, since we're talking about this, is, watch out, when you use your debit or credit cards at a gas pump.
Right.
I'm a banker by nature, so you should not do that. I know it's convenient, and I know people say, we're doing the best that we can, to make sure that your credit card information and stuff is safe, but
and that skimmers aren't being used.
yeah,
but
but,
no.
but that man that got hit at the Shell gas station in Oak Cliff. I won't call out the location, but it was a location in the Cliff where the news had caught it. And you remember they pulled off the little bracket piece, and it looked just like the credit card slot.
Right.
You know, and so, you know, you have to be careful, you know, and if you're going to be using your card at the pump, take a moment, you know, don't rush, take a moment.
Pull on that thing.
Pull on it, you know.
I know I look crazy every time I walk up to the ATM or anything.
You have to take your time, you know, jiggle it or something, you know, to make sure that, you know, your information is protected, because fraud is a huge thing, especially around the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we going to the State Fair of Texas. You remember what they was doing at the fair last year, you know, when the fake person that was supposed to be renting them bikes on the side of the parking lot,
right.
and they was using the square,
right.
or whatever the case it is, but there were no bikes. They were giving people a receipt to go to a certain location. When you get to the front of the fair, it's like, here's my receipt. It's like, receipt for what? You know, I'm renting a wheelchair, or I'm renting a bike. No, you have to do that from here, because they have to unlock it
right.
for you to get it, you know. And he was like, well, no, I swiped my card. Man, they got back, that dude was gone.
Yeah.
They got like 30 people on each end of the damn parking lots.
And all they did, they just rotated their way
Just
around?
rotated their way around. Because, you know, the State Fair, you know, today it's going to be packed for real,
right.
You know, and just
it's probably won't be as bad
because
it's a little rainy outside.
Well, you know, man, everybody comes to the fair,
right?
Man, people, man,
the people that are really going for the game, yeah, they'll be there. The riffraff, I'll say, it won't be as much riffraff.
No, I won't, man. I ain't gonna do that, man.
Yeah.
You got them with them police officers with them white caps on.
Yeah,
you know, I got them people out there. You know,
yeah.
You know, it's gonna be
but
real good.
You know what? One of the things that
I'm so silly.
One of the things that I was kind of against at first, but I've actually come to start using quite a bit is like Samsung and Apple Pay.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a verification between not only that device but your phone and your bank. So it verifies that it's real. And it verifies back and forth real quick that, you know, what your transaction and you are authorizing, it's real. So I know I was a little skeptical at first, but I did my research, and I've started using Samsung Pay quite a bit. And you
get rewarded for it.
Yeah, you actually get rewarded for it. So it was like I was kind of skeptical at first, because I'm like, this is my phone, and I don't want you all up in my phone and this, that, and the other. But then it still requires you to enter your PIN on your phone. Then you have to enter the same PIN on the device, and then it takes a second. But then once they link up, it's good. And it's like, oh, okay. So I kind of like it now. So
I may try because Samsung always send me the alerts, and they don't go away. It's like, you know, use Samsung Pay. I don't want to use Samsung Pay.
And I'll be honest, I was against it. I was totally against it until I dove into it and I started using it again. Younger brother was like, nah, dude, it's actually legit. He uses Apple Pay. He's like, no, you should look into using it. Man, whatever. And you know, but then again, I can't say anything because my parents still write checks.
Oh.
So don't say that out loud no more.
No, they know because I.
Well, you know what? Actually, that's pretty good though, because let me tell you, I always watch this Judy, man. She said you have to have a check or a bank account statement. That's because really in court or something like that, that's really the only legal forms of pay. The check or an actual statement showing a withdrawal, and it specifically states it. You know? So, so that's still old school, and it worked.
Now, and that's the other thing. Your transaction history is right there for you too.
Yeah.
So it's not you. Oh, I gotta go log into my bank account and I gotta get. No, your transaction history is right there. You can pull it up and boom, it's done.
Yeah, and then now, you know, nowadays I guess it's still cool to use a check, because now, you know, stores, they just take them and you just dip them in and they just print the receipt on the back of them now. You don't even really have to sign them or in the front, you know. Look, real quick, I found this story on YouTube. Let's talk about this Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, and Cat Williams beef real quick.
Okay.
I found something. Now, I'm not really sure if this is a story that I wanted to play at first, but this is something Cat Williams kind of wilding out on Kevin Hart. I'm gonna put it on the mic here, real quick, because I know this is the mic right here, and so I'm gonna see if I can play it. I hope our video viewers can listen to it. But check this out. Let me see if I can do this. Check this out.
And then I just start cranking them out, right? Because for the last
Damn.
You know, the plastic cup boys, all of them walked in wearing plastic cups. So I didn't put nobody on. I at least tried to put them on. For one thing for certain, I didn't take not 1% from no nigga who ever worked with me. Never, not nothing. No kickback. No, I helped you. No, let me because no none of that. Punk ass nigga. And I don't give a fuck how many crips you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So shout out to hiphopisreal.com on YouTube. Magic Gas is a subscriber with them. So you know that's where this video comes from. Now check this out. So Cat Williams, bro. Cat Williams. Cat Williams. You know, Cat Williams. Let me cut this down. Cat Williams. So I guess the beef is at this point in time is that Cat Williams is supposedly, according to Kevin Hart, not really jealous of him in a sense, but Kevin Hart says that Cat Williams blew his chances. You know, Cat Williams said something regarding Hollywood. It's always Hollywood's fault type deal or whatever. And but Kevin Williams is saying, Kevin Hart, I'm sorry, is saying that, you know, hey, you know, basically, you know, I'm not responsible for the way that you behave and the way that you carry yourself and what you did with your fame and all this kind of stuff, you know, and everything that I'm doing with the people that are under me, you know, are starting to thrive, like Tiffany Haddish and the Plastic Cup Boys, because the Plastic Cup Boys are actually pretty big now,
Right.
you know, and so and I listen to the Plastic Cup Boys, they're a goddamn fool, you know, they're a fool, you know, and so the thing is that, you know, it's something that's more recent. And I even like Kevin Hart's XM Satellite channel, you know, so Satellite, you know, it's really dope.
Right.
You know, and so, you know, and he features a lot of, you know, artists on there. Like he does have like, you know, like Linnell on there because Linnell funny as hell.
Right.
You know, and Melly Camacho, you know, she is funny as hell, you know.
Right.
You know, so did he showcases a lot of different artists like Earthquake and all these other comics.
Right.
So the thing is that, you know, Cat Williams, as you can see, he just made us laugh. He funny as hell.
Oh yeah,
Right.
he's
He's
He's a
funny.
goddamn fool.
And you know, Kevin Hart had made a point in his little interview. Basically, you know, Cat messed himself up.
Right.
You know, the drugs got to him, and you know, he could have been big.
Right. Here's the thing where I guess because I'm a huge Cat Williams fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not so much Kevin Hart, and I will tell you why. Before Cat Williams just quote unquote blew up, the differentiation between a Cat Williams show and a Kevin Hart show is this right here. Cat Williams show, your tickets probably run you $120, $130 a piece. However, the quality of the content of the comedians that he has on the show, that on his tours, you got your money's worth before he even touched the stage.
Last time I saw Cat Williams was in Cincinnati, and he had Mark Curry on there. Man, Mark Curry, I did not know was that funny.
Yes.
Comic, bro.
And here
He's
that
a
is
damn
and
fool,
when he talks about the true essence of being a comedian and being a leader, I feel I don't agree with his delivery.
Right.
I disagree with his delivery.
Right,
but
right.
the content of what he's saying is absolutely true. If you've ever been to a Cat Williams comedy show, before he touches the stage, you get your money's worth.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not not warm-up comedians doing 5, 10, 15-minute sets. No, the comedians come out there, they're doing 30, 45-minute hour sets before he even touches the stage.
And you are cracking up the whole damn time.
Exactly.
The whole time.
Exactly.
I love Cat Williams.
Cat Williams show,
Yeah.
he will have 3 comedians come out before he hits the stage, plus his MC. You take an intermission
yeah.
before he gets on the stage. So he gives everybody. So you've already got 4 hours worth of content before he even touches the stage.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
You get your money's worth. I've gone to a Kevin Hart comedy show up in the little casino up in Oklahoma.
Right.
WinStar. I was disappointed.
You know, see, I'm with you on that because I've never been to a Kevin Hart comedy show because I'm gonna be honest, because Kevin Hart, you know, he is a good comedian. I mean, you know, but for me, he's funnier in his television or movie productions.
Correct.
To me, you know, because he's that kind of comedian, like a Will Ferrell.
Right.
You know, that kind of type of a comic. You know,
He's a comedic actor,
yeah,
not a true
to
comedian.
me, yeah.
And this is what Cat Williams' beef is with Tiffany Haddish. She is a comedic actor, not a comedian. Because show me where she's headlined and did a tour.
Well, you know what? I think now when I was listening to her when she was talking about the Groupon with Will and Jada Smith, that shit was funny.
That
bro.
was funny.
True.
You know, but I think what happens is, well, for her, because I agree with you, but then and I disagree just a little bit because for her, that's how she got her start. You
Right.
know, so you know, like Cat Williams, you know. He's a true comedian. Like he came up in
Old school.
You know the clubs. You know
Yes.
the comedy clubs and stuff like
And the
that.
circuits,
You know,
yes.
yeah. So he was there. See, Kevin Hart. You know, just like you said, more acted his way kind of into it, and then started doing more stand-up comedy.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that he couldn't handle it like Cat Williams did.
Right.
But I mean, Cat Williams did. But I'm just saying, you know, they was like straight hardcore in the paint.
Right.
With that thing.
But
bro.
and this is the thing that this is why if you look at who will go on tour with Cat Williams, even though he's had all of his issues. Look who will go on tour with Cat Williams. Look at who will go on tour with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Cat Williams has his crew that he's bringing up through the ranks, but he's not just, these my boys. No, he's going out scouting talent and putting new talent on his shows.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, these my homeboys. This is who I kick it with. You gonna listen to them, and I'm sorry, but the quality in the shows. I've only been to one Kevin Hart comedy show. I never go to another one. Period.
I've been to 3 Cat Williams shows.
I've been to 5.
I went to see him, like I said, in Cincinnati when he went to Houston with Lunell. Man, Lunell goddamn fool.
Yes.
Bro. I was like, oh my God, this big fat woman is a fool, bro.
Every time Cat Williams comes to the DFW area,
Yeah.
guess where I'm at?
Right.
I'm there.
You damn right.
Even when I was,
I catch it on Netflix.
Even when I lived in New Mexico, I was like, oh, where's the closest show? He got a show in Denver. Oh no, he got a show on the weekend in Dallas. Guess what? I guess I'm gonna go home.
Somebody made a comment real quick. I kind of agree with this comment. What time is it? What we got? We got 2 minutes. We ain't got the Audrey Stevenson yet.
No, we ain't got the
Damn. Well, it's okay though. We gonna talk about Audrey Stevenson just for a few minutes though. When we come back from break.
Okay.
But somebody said I don't think Cat Williams had a beef. He felt Haddish didn't pay her dues like others. He blamed that on Hollywood. I have to agree with that.
I agree.
Absolutely agree.
And that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
He came up, like we said, he came up old school. You put in your work in the circuit, in the club, doing stand-up in the clubs. And Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish kind of backdoored their way in because they're comedic actors, not necessarily comedians.
But you know what? This is the type of society we live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody don't make it like they used to anymore.
Right.
You become YouTube famous,
Right.
Instagram famous.
Well, hell, I'm still trying to figure out why the hell Kim Kardashian is famous.
You know why Kim
You know
Kardashian
why?
is famous,
Because
bro.
she jacked that ass out.
Yeah, because you know, and then I don't even talk about Ray J,
Yeah.
bro. You know, because I don't even give him no discussion on this
Okay.
show, bro, at all. Check this out. Listen, it's break time. Miss Sunshine, would you do me a pleasure instead of, what kind of bars that you eat? What that is?
It's
What is that?
cookie bar.
A cookie bar.
Mhm.
Well, I want one.
Okay.
Okay, well, you
We're
got
gonna
one by yourself.
dip into
We
Miss
gonna-
Sunshine's cookies
Cookie bars.
while we're
Yeah, I
on
wanna see
break.
the-
And we're gonna take On the Run Part 2, Jay-Z and
That is
Beyonce.
my jam too.
Little Welcome to Dallas, Big Tuck, and Trip by LMA.
Mm. I like that. That's my song. That's like one of my favorite songs. But yeah, bro, I'm telling you that damn Cat Williams.
Oh.
Oh, you go ahead, man. You get.
I thought you had already got one. My
No,
bad.
that's okay. You good? Yeah, that Cat Williams, bro. I have so much respect for him as a comic, you know, as a comedian, bro. He goes hard in the paint, for real. And, you know, I do have to agree with Kevin Hart, though. I think that some of the decisions that Cat Williams kind of made, those kind of fucked up. Like, why you fight the kid? I mean, you know, shit like that. I mean, you know, you first of all, you know, you already short, you know, already. So, you know, certain kids not gonna be intimidated by you, you know.
Here's the thing.
But
He could come back and ask him, why the fuck you cheating on your pregnant wife?
Oh.
Well, you know, Hollywood.
But see, this is where I give Cat Williams credit because he has not attacked him as a person.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He attacked
It's
his.
strictly going on his
only
reputation as
his reputation
profession.
and his profession and skill set as a comic.
Well,
He has not dodged his personal life at all. Because trust me, if Cat Williams wants to rip into him as a person in his personal life, he got plenty of material.
Well, and that too.
Can you make me some TKs?
Look, I got lazy. My kids wanted me to make cookies, and we didn't have any chocolate chips. I had white chocolate chips, and I was like, didn't want to do it, so I ended up making chocolate chip cookies with white chocolate chips, and then just smearing them in the pan and baking them. I was like, because I didn't want to, you know, you make the cookies, you pull them out, you cool them off, and you put it, and you repeat. I'm like, I didn't want to do none of that. So
This is good though. It's good help.
And then, you know, hubby went through and with a pizza cutter and sliced it up. I was like, look at you.
Shout out to Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Oh wow, we have a big ass pan of cookies.
Yeah.
One big ass square cookie. A cookie cake.
No, this is my problem. I eat too much. I gain my weight back, and I'm satisfied I'm gaining more weight. I think we get about like 200 pounds.
You not 200 pounds?
Not yet.
Oh, well.
They tell me I need to lose. They tell me I need to lose another 15, 20 pounds.
No.
Like I'm not getting that. I'm not dropping under 200 pounds. I'm sorry. I'm comfortable at 215, 220. Anything else?
I'm just like, you know,
I
bro,
just
I
want
was
to
looking
get
at
to
some.
165 and I'll be happy.
See, I was looking at some of my high school pictures. I don't look good skinny. I don't look good skinny. I just don't.
Here's the funny part.
I've never
I
been
looked skinnier in high school. I actually weighed more in high school.
Well, that's because
Really?
muscle weighs more than fat.
Yeah.
You know, when we were younger though, we can carry weight like
Right.
that. You know,
I was 250 in high school.
I was little as hell in high school. You remember how I looked in high school? I was skinny as hell. I was like a crack.
But look, I looked at them pictures and I look skinny, but then again, I was cut up too. So.
I didn't feel that till I got to college. I'm like, sex is bad.
Thanks, everybody. Good morning, Alicia.
Hey y'all,
That's not the right song.
welcome to Dallas. I say bitch up.
Maybe I was looking like something else. I don't know.
Dallas.
But that's
I
fine.
need some.
It'll work.
I need some coffee.
I thought you was face looked up.
No, it's that.
I need a lot of things, but right now some coffee would be nice.
I would make. I'm gonna stop at I go buy some coffee. I'll bring my.
I started to drink a cup before I left, and then it was just like, oh, I can't finish it. I was trying, but you just can't chug coffee.
Not hot coffee.
I mean, it was warm, you know, because I had poured it to let it cool. Anyway, neither here nor there. Oh,
Okay, so I
no,
need
I'm
to.
so tired. I need to wake it up.
Give you a schedule since you ain't called me since you missed my meeting, Miss Sunshine.
I did. I was talking to my homegirl Nona.
I don't give a damn about Nona. You
I
missed
know.
my meeting.
Good morning, Nona.
I don't give a shit about Nona.
I know she probably working.
Hey Nona, I do give a shit about you, but I don't know you yet. But so what we're gonna do? October 6th. I'm announcing, of course, on the air. October the 6th, we're going to have a bounty hunter on the show. That is going to
Hey, I I ain't got no
That's
warrants.
gonna be so fun.
Nope.
I ain't got no warrants either. Shit.
Good.
We got
No
no.
warrants.
I ain't got
Oh,
no warrants. Hell no.
and I want to. I'll talk to you off air about that.
Okay. Yes,
There's a
sir.
potential second guest for the same.
For the same day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dancer, professional, like stage, like dancer slash.
Anybody
actor.
out there have a
Okay.
personal connection to Mark Veazey? I've been trying to get a hold of that man. I would love to have him on here before elections.
And Yodit, I know you watched the show.
Colin
Yeah.
Allred.
Yeah, Yodit, you became a judge and you just forgot about everybody from A&M, huh? I'm calling you out. Yeah, I'm calling you out. So,
My big sis is watching. Hey, sis, what's going on? Hey, sis. Hey, Alicia, what's going on? Anthony, man, thanks for your comments, bro. Appreciate that. Reggie Nash is on. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, appreciate that. Y'all share our videos. Share. Y'all do that for us. Don't just watch us. Share that hoe. Share it! on Martin, he said, share it! Share it!
you know, I didn't like this song at first, and now I like it. It grew on me.
Man, that song is the bomb, bro. Look at Miss Sean. She bouncing to it, too. You can crank that up. We can barely hear it over here, though. You can crank that up. Yeah. What's up? Okay, Anthony, I would love to come on your podcast, man. Thank you so much. Absolutely. That's in Houston. Yeah, maybe we can get the whole group.
Oh, you know what we did not talk about?
What?
Because Houston, you know how innovative y'all are. They had that robot sex.
Oh, yeah, I sent that to y'all. Oh, yeah, they got the robotic brothel.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that they
What's up with
put in
that?
Houston. That's on the news.
If
That's on the news, bro.
anybody has been, gone,
robotic
heard of it, know where it
A
is,
robotic brothel.
call. Let us know how that is going down. Yeah, it's like $120
Oh, yeah, thank
for an
y'all so
hour, for a kinky hour, $80 for, yeah. Yes.
So
Houston.
real quick, and I know you were talking real quick. Somebody asked what we were talking about. I'm sorry, I usually would say that. Okay, so what we want to talk about next is we want to talk about Audrey Stevenson. Which is a young lady that was physically assaulted at the Potter's house. She is filing a lawsuit against the Potter's house. So we're going to be talking about that in a second. We're also going to dig into white privilege on today. And we're going to speak about a little bit about Bill Cosby, the sentencing, some other peeps in our wonderful community. Thank you, Ms. Charm. Our wonderful community that were convicted of the same crime or something worse, but got no jail time. So we're going to definitely talk about a little bit of white privilege, but like I said, I got a couple things to say about Bill Cosby. Just a couple of things. So that's what we're going to be talking about for the remainder of the show. Thank you guys so much for joining. But yeah, Anthony, what you do is, man, inbox me your phone number, and I'll get with you, man. Give me to Monday. Monday's going to be a better day for me, maybe not Monday evening. All right, stand by. Stand by. We're about to go back on the air. These are good, Miss Sunshine, though, for
Thank
real.
you.
These are really good.
I had to use all my brown sugar.
Let's talk about brothers that don't return phone calls.
Let's talk about
He's so ratchet. So damn ratchet.
Oh. Then you got people that want to start shit back up after 3 weeks because they ain't got no life.
What? you got me out going with that one, bro. You got me out going with that one. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Again, Master Gas Talk Radio Show. If you have a comment or if you want to just simply say what's up to the crew, 214-717-4827 is a Master Gas hotline. We're going to be on the air, let's see, till noon time on today. And check this out real quick. Just to give you guys a little quick glimpse of what we got coming up. October the 6th, we're going to have a special guest in the actual studio. What's going to happen is he is a bounty hunter. I'm going to give you more information about him. He's we contacted him through Facebook. He's going to come on the show next week. And so, listen, none of us don't have any warrants.
Nope.
And so, and Snapchat. How's Snapchat doing, man? Because I don't have Snapchat.
Yeah, when we post it hits. However, I be forgetting to post on Snapchat.
I try to remember and post some. I try.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I
Now
just go on and play
y'all
with the
hear
filters.
this, but now they telling me this in my face. I'm so glad I love my crew for them being honest. Cause
Hey, look, but when you talk about, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
we own it.
yeah,
though.
we own it.
Yeah,
The
we own
Snapchat
that.
thing,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out. I'll be honest with you. Snapchat, because, then you got to wait and send pictures, and then it's only up there for... and then, look, I Snapchat followers. I'll be honest with you. We appreciate y'all following us. However, we new school. Y'all new school. We a little old school. Give us a minute. We'll get there. Just not there yet.
I mean, I don't even know what it be.
But I'm on
consistent of.
TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok? What the hell is a TikTok? Is that a pill or something?
No,
What's a TikTok?
No, TikTok.
I don't know.
It's. Do you remember Musically? No. Okay. Well, it's an extension of Musically. Young folk know about it.
No.
But I'm over
I'm
40,
scared.
and yes, I'm on Musically. No, go ahead.
So moving right along with the show, Audrey Stevenson files a lawsuit against the Potter's House.
Let me find that story real quick.
Yeah,
bro.
'cause-
Yeah. Because Miss Sunshine.
I don't know
ticking-
how I feel about that.
She ticking and talking over here next to me.
Yeah,
She's
because
scared of me.
I have no idea what TikTok is.
I still don't know what it is,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm just still trying to get a hold of this the Twitter. I mean, not Twitter.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Cause my sister, you need to snap it. Oh, you need to snap it. For what? Like, damn, I got Facebook. I got Instagram. Like, if you ain't,
I don't know how people keep up. I really don't. I mean, I get on, I get off.
right. And my thing is,
I'm
like,
like,
you
oh,
post
yeah,
on,
hey.
yeah, you post. If I post on Instagram and then I share it to Facebook, damn it, then I gotta repost it somewhere else. I'd rather be enjoying myself if I'm out and about.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually enjoy. If you wanted to be here, damn it, you should have paid your money. You could have been right here with me. So, and my friends that know me know that I will post vacation pictures like a month later.
Right.
I'm living life. And then
Wow.
when I get bored. Usually anyway, I ain't gonna say when I actually post them, but I'm bored when I post my pictures from a month later.
Wow.
So yeah, but my friends know me. They know.
All right, let's see here. Let me see if this is. Let me find. I found the Audrey Stevenson story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see. You're a pastor, not a book coach. Somebody is making a point here. That's not the story I was looking at. But basically, what happens is, of course, Audrey Stevenson is a young lady who was physically attacked sometime earlier this year in March, I believe is when it was, at the Potter's House North location. Audrey, she was a greeter, I believe, or something like that at the church. That was something that she did every Sunday.
Right.
And what happens is, I believe that she started having ministry issues or issues in the ministry or whatever the case it is. However, whatever kind of went down, or whatever caused for an immediate meeting during church service after she had greeted the guests. Or whatever she did, so they called her to the back or whatever. Y'all guys remember the video? I think we tried to show a little bit of it,
Right.
of the video. Or we played a little bit of it, and so what happens is that now, she was on the ground and assaulted and all this kind of stuff by this big old security guard at the Potter's House that's since been fired. So now we found out that she filed a lawsuit against the Potter's House. I want to know what y'all think about that. This is a young lady who, and Pastor T.D. Jakes did issue an apology to her because this is, of course, he oversees 4 campuses,
right.
But the thing is that, it's not his particular main campus or whatever, but he issued an apology as he should have, and it was kind of like, he took his time with that too. And so, I want to know what y'all think about that real quick, before we kind of move on to this white privilege thing.
I think it's kind of opportunistic, but being that I wasn't there, the video seemed a little staged. So, yeah,
Well,
I'm not.
I look at it like this. With this going on, at the end of the day, TD Jakes, it is your church. You are at the end responsible. However, your hiring practices and your focus on money is really the root of all these issues that you have. Because you as a minister and you're the leader of that church, you're not doing your job, which means that the people up under you, you don't have proper reign on what's going on, which means you are yourself setting a bad example. And you are the leader, your example is going to be followed. If you were handling things in an appropriate manner, granted, things will happen from time to time. However, you should not have somebody working for you that gets assaulted by another one of your staff. There should be a way to handle internal conflict. This is a company procedure in corporate America that is rampant with any company about how you handle internal conflict, how internal issues are brought forward to be addressed.
I agree.
So
I agree.
This is a lack in your corporate structure because you are not a church. You're a corporation. Let's just be honest with it. Because you're about to buy the dollar. Because if that were not the case, you would not have members whose lights are getting shut off, whose homes they're getting kicked out of their homes. You wouldn't have all these issues going on if you were a true church. You're worried about having 4 campuses, and with the money you put into those 4 campuses, you could have reinvested in your congregation.
Yep. Amen.
I leave it at this. At the end of the day, TD Jakes, you at fault. Because none of this would have happened if your foresight to actually build a true church was there.
Okay. Now this is kind of how I feel, and I think I'm gonna see if I can try and address you and Miss Sunshine at the same time. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Y'all know I'm long with it anyway.
Yeah, you go ahead. You a preacher, and we talking about preacher time.
And so check this out. Like now, Miss Sunshine said something interesting. Regards to being staged. Now I'm gonna say this. Now, Miss Sunshine, I said this before. if she felt like that she needed to use her phone to record, such an event or whatever the case it is, that means that she had lost all the trust in her leadership over her ministry anyway. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is when you lose trust in your ministry, a lot of times you don't even have to put it past anybody for them to do anything to you. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is that from that perspective, I would say that maybe if she did something like that, I did reach out to her. Hopefully she will reach out back to us and maybe even come on the show whenever she can. A few things that, we have a phone call? Oh, okay. I thought she said we had a phone call. Okay. And so the thing is that, I can get it maybe why she did it or whatever the case it is. But at the same time, nobody has a right to put their hands on you. Mm-hmm. I mean, but because my thing is, like Hendry said, everything starts at the head, and so the thing is that, when you look at Bishop Jason, you have different, you said we have a phone call? Oh, we do have a phone call. Okay, and so, are they on the line, Miss Storm? All right, Miss Storm, say, wait a minute. All right, we're going to see who's on the line. Good morning. This is your boy Q. Welcome to the Master Gas Talk Radio Show. Who's on the line with us on this morning?
Hi, yes, Mr. Solomon.
Solomon, good morning, man. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Miss Sean, can you turn him up a little bit? Can't hear him. All right, can you hear Solomon?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, man, with your comment.
Okay, well, just saying, I appreciate your show. The show was great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's good. I just wanted to actually say that I really like your show.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. We do appreciate that, man. And anytime you want to give us a call, give us a shout out, please do that.
Okay. That's good. I will definitely do that. Thank you.
No,
right,
you're welcome, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good day, sir.
Have a good one. That's what's up, man.
I appreciate that.
We appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
For
just
real.
a little say, hey, I appreciate the
little
show.
bit. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't want to comment on that. Just want to say, hey, I appreciate the show. Hey, we love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so
hey,
much.
Hey, and Miss Mary, we missed you. You ain't called us in a minute.
Man, Mary,
don't think we ain't got about
up,
you.
man. Miss Mary, her husband done reached a whole new level of love.
Oh, okay.
You know how people do us, man, when they get all in love.
So that they done rekindle their love affair with each other. Hey, I'm not mad at you, Miss Mary. I'm not mad. We just missed you. Don't think we ain't forgot about you or something like that. Because Miss Mary been there from the beginning.
Right. so like, back to Audrey, like I said, then we're gonna move on. Nobody has the right to put their hands on you. You know, and it does start from the head up, and they do have pastors in place. But the thing with the bishops is this, bishops, they don't really tell the pastor how to operate their campus. What they do is they create a standard and hope that each pastor develop their own, the same standard, but make it their ways that caters to their membership per campus. So everybody's still a believing body that believes the same God, but everybody has their different perspective and idea on each campus that you're at. As long as you all believe the same thing, you can teach it your way.
Right.
And so I think that what happens is that with this pastor, of the North Campus, not that they were not doing their jobs as far as trying to teach, but I think that they just had the wrong people in the wrong placements. And see, that's one thing about church that I definitely want to talk about with my Preachers Roundtable that's coming up in late October. Guys, listen, I know my preacher friends are watching. We're going to definitely talk about some different things. Like, for example, depression in preachers. This could be one, in an actual example.
Right.
Because we don't know what the elder was going through.
Exactly.
For her to act out in such a way. And I'm not making any excuses for any preachers, but the reason why a lot of ministers are behaving the way that they are is because they have no outlets. And so the thing is that, you can't trust everybody with your secrets.
Right.
And so, you can't trust everybody with the different things, that you're going through. And then you still have to have a certain persona of spiritualness, that people can trust and people can, look into. And so what happens is with Audrey, the people were just simply disrespectful.
Right.
You were not sit up here and say, okay, you know what, you need to, let's have a meeting in the middle of church. No, you pull her aside on a weekday. All of y'all get together. If you could have been over the ministry, but I talked to the first lady. Okay, you shouldn't even have access to the first lady. There should be a separation between leadership and laity anyway.
Right.
Unless if you are in a position that the pastor has appointed you to trust, with that kind of information.
Exactly.
And so, I just think with Audrey, her filing an actual lawsuit against the Potter's House, hey, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
It is what it is, because my thing is, look, if I got thrown on the floor by this big old dude, if you got thrown on the floor, we filing the lawsuit.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We get in the tussle. I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna shoot
Oh
you.
yeah, we gonna handle up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gonna do that.
But that's coming from a guy's perspective. However, I'm just wondering, like, I'm a
church.
At the church. Because here's
Going
the
up in
thing.
there.
Let this be my sister, my mama.
Bro.
That they done got roughed up at church.
It's a wrap, bro.
I don't care. Again,
Wrap.
that church is a building. You disrespect my family,
It's a wrap.
I don't care where you at.
It's a wrap, bro.
That's it. You put your hands on one of my sisters.
Because my thing is because it was unnecessary.
Exactly.
And that's they had an issue with on how she was going to behave. Whatever the case is, they could have took her behind the jail. Right. Or whatever the case is, you alleviate the responsibility of judge and juror when you sit back and you brought her back in the office. You don't have a right to do that. I'm boiled down to, yes, the church has insurance to cover that, but who paying the insurance? The people are paying the insurance.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So let's move on from that, bro. Let's dig into this white privilege shit.
Ooh, white privilege.
Let's
it's rampant these days.
And what bothers me is that it is so flagrant. I mean, it's like you can't deny it. And if you do, then you are just in denial completely with your head up somebody's behind, since we try not to cuss.
Well, here's the thing. There is such a thing as black privilege as well.
But...
Right, hold on, because I know where you're going to go. But what I'm saying is we are more apt to acknowledge it. For instance, if it is midnight and you just so happen to need gas and you just happen not to be in the best area and you stop at a gas station, it is black privilege that you can stop, and 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody gonna fool with you.
Yeah.
At a gas station,
That's true.
in the middle of the night, if you stop for gas, if you're not the best part of town, you can pull up. You get in that same position, you gonna be scared as hell. This is the same way that black people feel when you go to the courthouse. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Absolutely.
And when we talk about courthouse, you look at this whole thing, and because I'm gonna let you touch on Bill, because I know you want. I ain't gonna go on the Bill. However, there was proof of a black and a white man in the same courtroom, same judge, same day, accused of the same crime. White guy got probation, black guy 27 years in jail.
Yeah.
Same background,
Yeah.
same judge, and you tell me that white privilege does not exist?
And as a reminder, judges are elected officials, so make
Yes.
sure that you do your research on your judges before you go to the polls.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Their rulings are public record. It's a
Mhm.
pain in the ass, but it's worth it.
Yeah. And you can, oh, well, they're such a straightforward person, and they, no. I'm sorry. Because Kavanaugh, you a bitch.
Man, he a straight up jackhole.
And that's the
That's
other
what
thing.
he is.
But it's like,
Straight up jackhole, bro.
Just listen to his testimony, and and all politicians are guilty of it. But when it's like you ask them something that happened 2 years ago, whatever.
Look at me, so sorry, bro. Wait a minute, what's she going? She all in the camera face.
Oh, goodness.
Sit back, Miss Sunshine. Sit back, goddammit.
I'm sorry. Now you're gonna make me forget my train of thought. But you listen to his testimony and you ask him questions about 3-4 years ago, and sometimes not even that, and he can't remember shit.
Mhm.
But he can remember vividly 35 years ago. I'm sorry, motherfucker. It ain't like that. You either remember or you don't.
Right.
That's the bottom line of it all.
Right.
And what I have a problem with, he was not questioned for as long as Hillary Clinton was. Hillary kept her cool for 11 hours. 20 minutes into his whole testimony, he's screaming and shouting at people. You a bitch.
Trying to make himself cry.
Right. And then, my daughters and how they played for the... Dude, look, here's the thing.
Went to Yale, was one of the best schools in the world. Went to Yale.
Here's the thing. My thing is, everybody's done dirt. Point blank, period. Now, where you get into problems is if you, try to deny it and try and I didn't do this and I didn't do that. And you know what? To put it out there, I'll be totally honest. I got myself in a situation in college where me and my friends, male and female, all crashed in my room. Mm-hmm. Young lady ended up falling asleep in the bed next to me. We were not seeing each other, anything like that. I was asleep. Ended up, I groped her in my sleep. I didn't know it happened. However, when she brought it to my attention, I corrected the situation. I apologized right then and there. Because, honestly, I didn't even know I did it. However, given the situation we were in, we had been drinking. We stayed up late.
Yeah.
We all fell asleep.
Right.
You're in the same bed, you roll over, you grab that teddy bear, and you squeeze a little bit.
Yes. And that's exactly what happened.
And it happens.
It happens.
That does happen.
And again, when you're young, we've all had our moments where we were young and doing dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And some stuff that has not come to the light of day. However, if it should, own up to it. You were young and dumb.
That's true.
You were young and stop trying to say, I didn't do it. The potential is there, especially if you were a heavy drinker. And hell, you got promotions, you got statements in your yearbook.
I still like beer.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You got promotions in your yearbook, statements in your yearbook saying about all this drinking that y'all were doing. I'm sorry. Own up to it and say, look, I don't remember it, but it's a potential it could have happened. I apologize if I impacted your life in such a manner. I am sincerely sorry.
But see, that would be if he was really sincere.
Correct.
Because a lot of times these what they call jocks
Right.
back then,
Right.
you know, they don't think about consequences on how
No.
they hurt people.
No, and
They don't think about this shit.
at this, you know, Chimpoco, Cheeto, Orange Agent 45 bullshit administration. You know, I'm not real big on birds of a feather flock together, but, you know, this has become a good old boys club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
all about, you know, you
Yeah.
scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, I'll get you in the door kind of business. And in honesty, I think a lot of people in politics right now are sweating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even the Senator Blake,
Mm-hmm. Jeff Blake.
that you know brought up the investigation. I think he's worried.
Right. Here's the
Yeah.
funny part. Here's the funny part about the whole Kavanaugh situation. You got a person that says they was there. That's supposedly your best friend. That then ducked and hit off and ran off and
They
can't nobody find him.
bro, ducked off.
You ducked off, but
Ducked
you said
off.
you was right there. So you were a witness to everything. If that was your real friend and you was really a witness, this woman brought this up to her therapist 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Wow.
Bro. And she wrote it in her calendar back in the 80s.
Yes.
It was in her calendar, bro.
So you gonna sit up here and tell me this woman is lying? I don't think so.
You know what got me is that how they tried to rush his confirmation in the American Bar Association. Said, wait a minute, hold up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No. We are insisting that you do an FBI investigation
Mhm.
because if they wouldn't have delayed his vote, the American Bar Association is probably gonna snatch his license. You know, because the thing is that they can do more impact because you can't be a judge unless if you are a lawyer.
Correct.
You know, and so, you know, they had to, their hand was forced.
Mhm.
And, you know, and my thing is, look, on one end, it's like, okay, yeah, you know, it's a smart thing to do. On the other hand, it's like, okay, we need you to go and do what you need to do so we can protect our white privilege over here, too.
Yeah. And here's the other part. The Republicans are saying, "Oh, well, you're trying to delay and obstruct and all this." What happened when Obama was in and you
Right.
delayed that
Right.
judge's hearing for a year and a half?
year.
And you
Half,
basically
bro.
said no. You're not going to put another elected.
You're not going to
Court
put another
justice in
judge
there
in right before the election.
You're talking
Right.
Right?
about.
Hold
Right.
up. But right now we
He
got
is the
midterms.
sitting president.
Right. We have midterm elections coming up, and y'all trying to rush it through before midterms.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
and then
what?
on top of that, don't think that we forgot about the $3.8 million in tax cuts that y'all just so happened to pass this past week while all this Brett Kavanaugh stuff was going on.
Absolutely,
$3.8 million to the rich again.
Right. Again.
So again, it's all this smoke and screens and hey, look at this, and it's distractions and distractions on top of distractions while they doing dirt in the back, but it's right in front of your face.
Right.
So don't get
Right.
distracted, people. Please don't.
Now, real quick, let's talk about Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Let's talk about him real quick.
Mhm.
Now, bro, Miss Charm, when I say this, don't think I'm retarded. Okay, I'm just saying this in advance. Until the after party radio, y'all forgive me because I really don't give a shit what y'all think. No way. So this the thing. Okay, like, but for real. No, I'm just joking. But for real, the thing is that Bill Cosby. I see where people are saying, man, this is horrible. You know, this is awful. You know, there are a lot of support of Bill Cosby. You know, this is whatever that they're saying, or whatever the case is, as far as showing a lot of support for him. You know, and that's a wonderful thing if you're gonna be showing support for Bill Cosby, because believe it or not, I really do support Bill Cosby. We're talking about a black man who was named America's dad. Okay, a guy who was, that people looked up to, who he inspired, through his feeling for his community service and his education and through a whole lot of different things that he influenced the United States of America and the world.
Yeah. Cosby Show was iconic.
Thursday
nights it was on.
I mean, it's a whole lot of different things, whatever the case it is, or whatever, that I look at in regards to, Bill Cosby. The thing is that what I want to do and say is this. Sometimes, as black people, we are sensitive for the wrong shit to me. Because this man was convicted by his peers as a person who sexually assaulted someone. Now, if it was your mama, if it was your sister, if it was your brother, and Bill Cosby may have been suspected of touching or suspected of doing something too, you mean to tell me that you wouldn't want justice for your people?
All right.
Now, and I'm going to say this real quick. Do any one of you guys know what America's most precious commodity is?
Yeah, I do.
Our children, shit.
No.
The white woman.
The white woman.
The white woman.
The white woman is America's most precious commodity. And what happens
That's
is...
a matter of opinion, I believe.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Matter
No,
of
ma'am.
fact. Look at the law.
Look at history. History itself, says that the white woman is the most precious commodity because she was the only one that could be at home and don't do nothing but maintain her husband's needs and get anything she wanted. When she got selfish and said, listen, I want a life too. I want to do more than charity. I want the right to vote. So they gave them a little pushback, but when they got the right to vote, look what they did to black women when they wanted their rights to vote. Look at Rosa Parks. They let a white woman sit wherever she wanted to sit on the damn bus. But then Rosa Parks was tired as hell from working and they wanted her to get up. You know the movement, you know the story. And I'm not saying that our black women aren't important, but black women are number 3 on the list. You got the white woman, the white man, the black woman, the black man. That's just the way that it is. And Bill Cosby messed with the white woman. That's why he's locked up. That's why he's in jail. People say, well, he bought NBC or tried to buy NBC. Okay, that's understandable. He tried to create a statement for himself and for the black community. And I'm not arguing that. But listen, God damn it, this man did it. He's going to get the time. The law does not recognize age. I don't give a damn if you were if we were 4 and 5 years old, and in certain states like Philadelphia, there are no statute of limitations on this stuff. So he's damn near 1 foot in and 1 foot out of grave. He's gonna die having to have professional psychological evaluations for the rest of his life, 3 to 10 years. Right. What more punishment, to a man could you do at this standard in his life? And people are saying, well, they're selfish. Why, y'all, this is wrong. They convicted Bill. Man, you done lost your damn mind. If this man done something to people that was in a harmful way, no matter what it is in their life, what's done in the dark will come to the light, and what you reap is what you sow. And if you do things to hurt people, that shit gonna bite you in the ass.
Here, hold up, Q. I feel you. I feel you 110%. However, it is the issue of consistency in the judicial system. Because you have the leading actor on Seventh Heaven that was convicted of the same thing.
Right.
However, his show is still in syndication.
Yeah. Was a child.
And it was a child on top of that. Again, show's still in syndication. He's still making money. His show he's still reaping the benefits. Find where the Cosby Show is being aired. Not only the Cosby Show, but a different world. Show me where they're being aired right now. This is not just impacting him. They've taken a swipe at the black community because, again, he tried to make a move, which is, and I'm not saying them bringing this all to light was not the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. But, however, the motivation behind bringing it to light was to stop him from owning a major news network distribution. That's what it was all about. And that was the motivation.
And I'm like you. I need to see the consistency.
Right.
I need all these other motherfucking pussy grabbing people out there getting served time, not probation. And I'm not even just talking about the famous people. I'm talking about the nobodies of the world.
Correct.
You know, the 20-somethings, the 40-somethings that are molesting children, that are raping women left and right and getting off with nothing more than probation.
Right. Now I agree with that.
Right.
100%.
And they're all white.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make this shit up.
And
That's
it's
true.
right there in black and white because it's all a matter of legal record. I mean, public record. I'm sorry. Public record.
And you know, when I put the story out there, what was some dude that jumped on talking about R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes.
The thing about the R. Kelly situation is, number one, he was found out not guilty,
Right.
and so we have to
Was
say,
that brought to trial?
yeah, it was about the trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a long ass.
Yeah.
Where was you at?
Look.
For a long time.
I
too.
thought they put the girl in hiding and she refused to testify.
Well, I mean, you know, after a
All
certain
that
amount
other
of time,
stuff.
you know, after a certain amount of time, you know, she probably be able to talk about it, you know, like Toni Braxton was able to after she could reveal what happened really, you know, behind the scenes with her and LaFace Records, you know, after a certain amount of time. So you never know, you know. But the thing is that, you know, it's crazy how. You know, because I'm with you, y'all. I promise y'all, our judicial system is so jacked up right now, and that's why it's so important for you guys to go and vote and be involved in the different things. You know, but the thing that bothers me is that as black people, we forgive who we want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, you know. There is a lack of consistency in our judicial system from marijuana charges to remember I sent y'all the post about the Texas inmates. Miss Sharma, I don't know if you heard about the inmates who say the state of Texas says that dentures are not a health concern, so they can't even have dentures in their mouth. So we're talking about even after you do the crime, you got black folks in the damn pen whose teeth are rotten, gingivitis, all kind of different things can go on in your gums, and you can't even give these people something to chew with. They can be malnourished to death.
Right.
You know, and so, you know, a lot of different things, you know, that I'm looking at our judicial system is so fucked up, and we know it's fucked up. So if our judicial system is so messed up, why are we sometimes as black people so tempting to push the bar with the legal system? Now, I'm not saying Bill Cosby was the type of person just going around looking for something.
Right.
But the thing is that he was born and he grew up through an era. You see what I'm saying? Martin Luther King and all of these people, you've seen all of this stuff.
Right.
You know, and I'm just like, what do our responsibility lie as a black man in this thing? You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing I will say about this. We saw during that